Okay, so I'm going to do a little percent composition problem for you. That way you can look at this and review maybe how you're doing it, or maybe a little help before the quiz. Okay, so when we look at percent composition, we're looking at the percent by mass of each element in the compound. All right, so the very first step that we got to do is to go ahead and list what elements we see. Okay, so I see a Ca, I see a N, and I see a O. Okay, the next step in each of these is listing how many we see. Well, if we look at it, we see absolutely no number right there, so that means I have only one N. And then now we have a parentheses. Now, when I discussed this in class, we remember the 2 on the outside of the parentheses, right here, is going to act like the distributive property. It's going to be 2 times everything on the inside of the parentheses. So I got 2 times this 1n and 2 times this 3o. So that leaves me with 2 times 1, so 2n, and then 2 times 3, which means 6 O's. Okay. Now, the next step when we were looking at molar mass was that we were going to multiply each of these by their atomic masses. That's the thing on the periodic table at the bottom. The average atomic mass is found on the bottom, right? For Ca, if you look at the bottom for it, it is 40.08. For N, forgive my drawing, it's 14.01. And for oxygen, if you look at the periodic table, it's the one that we use a lot of. All right, it's 16.00. And so we go ahead and write these in. 40.08, 14.01, and 16.00. Okay, so when we calculate this, it's going to give us the mass of each element that we're going to add up and find the atomic mass of. The molar mass, excuse me, not the atomic mass, the molar mass. So when we do the math, this is 40.08. This is 14.01. Oh, excuse me, look at that, and now I'm screwing up. Got to multiply it by 2, so 2 times 14.01. All right, that is going to be 28.02. But make sure you write these down and try to keep it organized like I have. All right, that way it'll be a little bit easier to do the next steps. And the last one, 6 times 16, is 96.00. Okay, now to figure out the total mass of this compound, that molar mass that we're going to call it, we're simply going to add these up. Now, the unit for this is going to be grams per mole. So when we add this up, we get 164.02 grams per mole. Okay, so if I was talking about molar mass, I would stop right there. But I'm not. I'm talking about percent composition. And I need to figure out, well, how much of this weight or this mass is calcium? Or how much of it is N or O? Like, what percent of this molar mass is from the calcium? All right, and so what we're going to do is we're now going to do the percent composition part. And I'm going to do this in blue. And it's the same way that you do any percent. You take the part, divide it by the whole, times 100. That always gives you your percent. So that's what we're going to do with each of these. I'm going to take the part, which is 40.08, divide it by the whole, times 100. And that's going to give me a percent. The part, divided by the whole, each one, times 100. Times 100. Okay, so each of these we're going to do. Okay, so this one right here is going to be 24.4%. Okay. This next one is going to be 17.1%. And the last one is going to be 58.5%. So I have 3 different answers. Okay, so I got 3 different percents for each one. Okay, when you add them up, they should be around 100%. That's how you know you did your math right in there. All right, so this is percent composition. Review it, play it again, make sure you ask questions, but this is your review.